We are back in the cauldron with the Weed Witch, Tamara of Heal Thyself Gardens. How are you, lovely Weed Witch?
I'm good.
All right, we've got the secret book of spells over here. What are you doing today?
Today I'm making smoking blends, and this is some lavender. I'm creating the Get Dreaming blend we do, which is also a tea, a bath soak, or a smoking blend.
I love these. What do you call these? What's the cute name that you call these?
We're like the sip it, smoke it, soak in it.
I set you up for that one because I've got it right here. It's Get Dreaming, Sip It, Smoke It, Soak in It. I've done all three. These are awesome smoking blends. We mix them with herb. We mix them with hash. Your European trimmigrants are going to go crazy for these. So makes a great stocking stuffer for your crew there. But yeah, tell me about, everybody knows how to smoke the stuff. Tell me, how would we sip it and how would we soak in it?
You would sip it by making a tea. You'd get about a tablespoon per 8 ounces of water, like a cup of water, and just, then strain it after you pour boiling water over it. It's actually called an herbal infusion, and then you just drink it. In the bathtub, you'd put it in like a little sachet, and then a little filter bag is usually what I do, and then just drop it in the water as the warm water is filling up the bathtub, and then you have this nice soak. Yeah.
Nice. So this is your Get Dreaming blend.
Mm-hmm.
What makes this blend so dreamy?
This blend has a lot of herbs that are made for relaxing, also as a nerve tonic, and each of these were really picked for that combination that really helps you to unwind, even when as a smoking blend and as a tea and as a soak. And then it also has different notes in it, all the way from like very floral notes to a more woodsy note. Yeah, I love the Get Dreamy. And as soon as I smoke it and I put a little indica herb in there, and then I just feel like at nighttime my shoulders are just like, it's very relaxing. I really love this blend.
Yeah. Tell me about your other smoking blends, because I've enjoyed quite a few of them.
We've got the Get Bliss, which is this one right here, which is another very more floral one. These two are my floral ones, and it has the raspberry leaf, the damiana, passion flower, blue lotus flower, clove. It's more of like a very meditative, kind of aphrodisiac, fun party. That's what I like it for, is, when you're hanging out, just super blissing, because the blue lotus flower has some psychedelic effects as well, psychoactive.
Very nice.
And then I have two more blends, which is more of my herbal. There's only a little flower in there, and it's mullein based, and that's to get focus and to get breathing. And one is, of course, for the lungs and respiratory. And I made that. That was the first blend I made because I had a cold and I really wanted to smoke some weed. And so I grabbed some mullein and yerba santa and mixed that with the cannabis and realized it was so much easier to smoke. It was so much more gentler on my lungs. And then I could get the relaxation I wanted from the cannabis and not feeling good. And then that just kind of led me down this path of creating these different blends.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, the mullein is such a great plant that is very common around here in Northern California, growing on all of our disturbed soils. You have a lot of it in your garden. I see it on almost every farm I go out to visit, tons of it. So how do people make their own smoking blends? What are you actually doing? How do you prepare these herbs? It looks like you've got to harvest them, you've got to dry them.
Yeah, you got to harvest, dry. Some of these herbs, most of these are all from my farm. There's a few, like the roses, that I have to find other really well done farms, sustainable and regeneratively grown. Then you mix them together. The thing about the smoking blends is I went really deep into it, and so I found with the stuff that I mix together, I have certain ways I blend each one. Some gets blended longer, some gets not blended at all. Like the lavender doesn't get blended up, but like mugwort and raspberry leaf does. And this just ways that way you can like, you know, actually roll something with it, and there's not very many like sticks or anything in it. So yeah, so a lot of times you just kind of add the herbs together and you can grind them up. But these are kind of pre-ground for you that I like to do. And then you just start adding, because there's certain herbs that are really great that you can smoke that also give you the benefits. And so each one of those were picked out. And then different tones throughout it. So you have like your lighter notes all the way to a bass note. And it's fun to play within those realms.
Awesome. And you're whipping up this special batch for an upcoming event. Where are people going to be able to get this exact batch of smoking blends?
These are going to be at our Christmas in Middletown on the 11th at the Middletown Art Center. And I believe we're going to be at the Emerald Cup at the Magic Meadows booth, and going to have our 4 smoking blends and face oil there with our friend's farm. Yeah.
Yeah, Magic Meadows, another Lake County farm.
And it's going to be in the Hall of Flowers. I think it's booth 18 in the Hall of Flowers. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you guys are at the Emerald Cup, come by and get yourself some of these smoking blends. They pair really well with your ganja. They pair really well with high CBD flower and hemp flower. You know, if you want to have a nice smoking experience, but you don't want to get too irie, you get yourself some of this smoking blend with some hemp flower in it, and you can roll them up in public without fear of Babylon cracking down on you. So yeah, we love these smoking blends. They're a nice little treat. Nice to kind of smoke at the end of a nice party night. Nice way to unwind, especially this Get Dreaming batch that you're making right now. Yeah, so you're protecting your lungs a little bit while you're making
when
this.
you make smoking blends, that's when I actually need the face mask, because all the little herb particles get up and you can get very congested from it. But when you're taking it in or smoking it, you don't have that effect. It's just working with the herbs. It can get a little much sometimes. Yeah, so if you come and ask wherever we are, we're happy to tell you what pairs really good. I've been working on these for 6 years, and so I've really dialed in what type of herb goes really well with the different blends. Like a good sativa goes well with the focus blend. The breathe, I like doing a hybrid, you know, so kind of just mellow. The bliss, a nice hybrid. I love the dreaming to be a heavy indica, and if it's purple, I really love that. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, they're really beautiful also. So yeah, just add a little bit more color to your smoke. And like Tamara said, a lot of these herbs are really good for you. That mullein for your lungs, and you know, as heavy cannabis users, we put a little bit of work on our lungs. So anytime we can give them back a little bit of love. She's looking in the book of spells.
I've got my recipes that I developed years ago, and yeah, make sure they're all dialed in, because they worked really well.
Well, awesome, Weed Witch. Thank you, Tamara. Anything else you want to tell us about these before we say goodbye? Too bad we're out of rolling papers right now, or we could twist some of these up, but we'll have to work on that. All right, well, thank you, my dear Weed Witch. We are tuning out from the cauldron. We will check back in with you for more potions, spells, and magic. Thank you for sharing your secrets with us. We'll catch you next time. Much love.